What up, SK family? It's your girl KG. How y'all doing today? If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments. The way you know you're watching the replay is when you look up and you don't see that live red box. That means you are watching the replay. If you're new and you've never watched any of our lives before, go ahead and put hashtag new in the comments. And if you're watching us live, go ahead and put hashtag HeySK in the comments and go ahead and drop that clock. Why? Because every day we are reclaiming our time. My name is Katia Green. That is my lovely wife, Stephanie Green, and we make up HeySK. We are the superheroes of self-care, also known as your transformational mentors. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero, aka their inner child, so they can live a bold, fun, and free life. Who don't want to live a bold, fun, and free life? We are back in full effect for SK After Dark, where we talk about all things because it's after dark. So tonight, we will be talking about how to create a safe space for your significant other. How to create a safe space for your significant other. Before we dive into the how-tos or what we feel the how-tos are, remember, these are just our thoughts and opinions. That's why we have a conversation. It's not a Bible. So I just want to know, what do you think? What do you think in your mind is creating a safe space for your partner? Before we, you know how the teacher asks, what do you know about this topic? I want to see what the masses got to say. What are y'all thoughts on creating a safe space for your partner? Um, what do you think creating a safe space for your partner means? Do y'all have any thoughts? I want to see what the masses got to say. What are y'all thoughts on creating a safe space for your partner? Anybody got anything? Okay. Well, for me, Steph, you got any thoughts? What do you think when you think of creating a safe space for your partner?
Literally what it sounds like. You want to be your partner's safe space. Sorry, I'm sharing my love on my page. Oh, let me get back. So,
For me, creating a safe space for your partner is allowing them to be who they are and to be able to check out for a little bit and keep it real with you. I believe that, you know, it's a space where there's no judgment and no side eyes, no eye rolling, and none of that negativity. Your partner can, like, you know what? I can't wait to get home so I could talk to my significant other about my day. I know generally, um, I feel based off people I know. I hang out with men and women. A lot of men don't feel heard in this area. A lot of men don't feel heard in this area. They don't feel like they their partners are creating safe space for them. I know there's some women out there too, but in the masculine realm, I don't think a lot of men feel like they can really be themselves without judgment. And this leads us to our number one our first how to. How do you create a safe space for your partner? And I want y'all, whoever watching live or the replay, go ahead and put hashtag SK in the comments. If you new, um, this SK After Dark, we talk about heavy topics and we like engagement. This is not us talking to you. This is us talking with you. So the first how to I feel is you have to check your biases at the door. societal biases, trauma biases, family biases.
Ooh.
It's a lot of biases. When you really think of our biases and how they're made up, it comes from a lot of things. And until you dig deep within yourself, you don't really realize some of the things that you have hold on to like this, and that allows you to how you perceive people. And then you're like, dang, I didn't even realize I was looking at people like that. So what's your thoughts on that, Steph? I want to hear this. I want to hear your thoughts. And you
On
out there, hey SK fam,
what part?
the biases.
You said it. I mean, you covered it basically. Yeah, you have to check them. Not just in relate like your personal relationships, like all of your relationships. We all have biases through various experiences or things you've been told to say or think, based off of how society functions, the way you've been inadvertently conditioned. You just got to learn how to check them and see things for what they are.
What you got for another?
The next one I've got is to make sure that you are truly listening when your partner speaks. And a lot of times, it's going to ruffle some of your feathers, and I'm sorry, not sorry.
Don't apologize for the truth.
You hear what I said? Sorry, not sorry. See, listen, see, keyword, see, whoa, thank you.
I didn't, because you said the not sorry part low. I didn't hear it. All I heard was sorry.
Thank you for the segue. So you want to make sure that you are listening to your partner, and a lot of people think listening is just hearing them. Like, yeah, I hear you talking, but again, you're filtering the information that they're saying to you through your own biases and your preconceived notions and perceptions and things. Your through your preconceived notions and conception and perceptions of things. And so sometimes your partner could be saying one thing, and because of your emotions, your biases, your preconceived thoughts, you're hearing something completely different because you're not truly listening. You're too busy trying to come up with your next comeback or your next response, or you're so busy thinking your partner's so dumb that they're always wrong. You're waiting just to debunk everything they say. You're not actually listening to what they're saying. You're not listening to what's coming out of their mouth. You're like, mm-hmm. You can be like, babe, man, I almost got run up by the road. You too busy just, yep, mm-hmm. Clearly, that don't match. Like, if somebody tell you something traumatic happened to them, or they almost lost their life, or they almost got ran off the road, you're like, mm-hmm. I personally wouldn't feel very heard, and I wouldn't feel very safe expressing deep, dark things that I may need to say. I may not feel safe enough to express my emotions. Like, your partner should be able to come to you and tell you things and truly feel heard. And if nobody else on this earth will do it, it needs to be you. It needs to be you that just listens to them and gives them what they ask for. And I guess I'm going to tackle team another one is when you are listening, especially if they're venting or expressing some unpleasant feelings. I know your knee-jerk reaction is to fix it, give them solutions, because you don't want your partner to hurt or feel sad or be unhappy or angry. So your knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, shoot, let me make it better. But while you were listening, ask your partner, do you want advice or do you just need to listen? Do you want to problem solve with me, or do you want me to help you problem solve, or do you just need somebody to listen and truly hear you? I'm telling you, taking that half a second before you open your mouth, if you're the listening partner, could save a whole lot of arguments, because some of the times they don't want your feedback. They've already worked out how they're going to answer it or made resolve that it is what it is, but they still feel some type of way. Guess what? That's okay. They may still feel some type of way, and they want to get that off their chest. They want to vent. They want to feel, maybe just talking about it with a supportive spouse or somebody they feel like they're listening to is their healing, is their way of processing things. And they don't want any advice. And then you give them advice, you just piss them off all over again, especially if it's not what they've concluded, or maybe they're so stubborn that they don't want to hear what you have to say. You just made it worse. All I need you to do is just listen and go, you know what, babe, I'm sorry that happened to you. And give them a hug or whatever they like that gives them comfort from you. And that's it. And keep it moving. You got anything you want to add?
No.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. The old age. What's your next one?
No judgment and no comparison.
Comparison's a thief of joy.
Yes, that's a huge thing. Like, and I keep going back to guys because I know women have issues with men too. But some of the guys out here be struggling.
I do.
Y'all be letting y'all partners drown. And if you're not that woman on here, you're not that woman. But this gonna reach millions. And I just want to speak generally. Guys be out here struggling.
They do.
They don't have nobody to talk to. They shed a tear. You call them up weak. They shed a tear. You be like, my daddy never cried. I grew up around. I got 10 brothers. All my brothers, they handle their business.
Yeah.
Dang, my brother ain't never shed a tear. We don't shed no tear. Punks. Tears is for punks. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't create that safe space for this man to be vulnerable and be in tune with his emotions, but you want him to be emotional with you. Society already stripped their emotion from a kid, which can be repaired. And then you just gonna help continue to do what society done did to them and break them down even more. You should be their sounding board. Well, if you a guy, you need to be there for your wife. If you are in a same-sex relationship, be there for your husband too. These right here don't matter. Clothes don't matter. And I'm talking to the LGBT community right now. Clothes don't matter. Because clothes is just a cover up. What's in here is what matters. Stop comparing them. If I need to cry, I'm going to cry. And you can't tell nobody what they should be sad about. So that's another thing. You can't create a safe space. How to create a space is not to compare. Like when you inside of a safe space, I had a rough day today. Say I had a rough day. My day was great, by the way. And I just come in and I'm like, babe, how you doing, babe? I'm not so good today. Today was rough. And like she said, you can say, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Anything I can do to make it better, or what can I do to help you get through this? And sometimes they might say nothing. I just want to lay down. Sometimes like your presence is all they need. They just want to just get it out. Yeah. And I had to grow in this area myself because, when I love someone, I generally try to take on their issues as my own. And I don't want to see them hurting But I also know that sometimes hurt ain't that type of hurt that need to be fixed. They just, it touched me.
They need to feel the
I'm
feels.
feeling some type of way. And sometimes we interfere with our partner's growth process because we want to fix it. Don't rush the feels. Because remember I told you, a part of dealing with hurt is feeling it. And you have to know what it feels like to be hurt. That's why some of y'all kids gonna get out here in this world and they gonna be torn apart because they ain't never felt what it like it feel to be hurt. I'm not saying
Or
that
disappointing.
you have to intentionally hurt them. No, I'm not saying that. But they ain't gonna know what it feel like. Their little feelings. My grandma would say your feelings made to be hurt. If you do something to get them hurt, she didn't intentionally hurt them.
Shit happens.
Yeah, and you got to allow them to feel and go through. You there to help them. You see that you're gonna feel that again in life. You're gonna be disappointed again. But we not, how to create that safe space for your significant other. Hey, Todd.
Hey.
It is Wednesday.
I know for me, I feel like this would be a bigger issue if I was married to a guy. However, I do try to keep this in the back of the mind when I do have the males in my life express their feelings. So I know for me that sometimes, and partially society, and partially it's because some of the men in my life have done some pretty fucked up things. I'm just like, how, if you clearly, feel things. So I sometimes forget that men have feelings. I know that sounds crazy, but I forget that sometimes like they feel the same feels, if probably deeper than we feel them. They feel hurt, they get mad, they get sad. And so I've gotten a lot better. I will say that, especially like when I have guy friends express that like they're upset, they're hurt, they're maybe sad, maybe they had a tiff with their significant other. I try to be mindful of my responses to them, like, dang, that does suck. I'm sorry that happened to you, rather than, laugh it off like, yeah, you're all right. Because men truly do have feelings. They feel. Like I said, it would be a bigger issue if I was married to a guy. And I think in that absence, I guess maybe that worked out. But I just know that there were probably some instances I look back on previous relationships where I probably could have been a little more compassionate, and I probably could have extended maybe a little more grace. Not much, because my track record with the guys I dated were crap. I'm sorry. Most of them, I won't say all, were a good number of them. I truly.
Is it me or you? Is that me?
Hello?
It's crackling. I said, is that me? Hey, is that me? Is it me?
Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? It's you. It's you. Okay. Dang, little alien. You sound like an alien. While she fixes that, let me continue. I sometimes forget, like they have feelings and they feel hurt and sad. And like I said, like I try to be mindful of my responses. When men around me are expressing their feelings, especially when they're not happy, or like embracing the joy when they're laughing, and when they're happy, be like, yeah, and just, encourage them, like, I'm glad you're back happy again. And honestly, I mean, I haven't had the best track record with men. I just, whatever. My dad, I was saying this when we were chatting earlier, your father truly is your first template for how the men in your lives treat you. They set the bar high. They set the bar high. If you choose to settle, that's on you. But if they really don't maybe put effort into the relationship, or like in this instance, don't show any emotion, it's hard to like remember, dang, like they have feelings. Because I wouldn't say my dad, he expresses emotion, but the emotion he expressed the most was anger. And I now, having, going to school and working in the mental health field, I truly understand that anger is a secondary emotion. So the anger that was displayed towards me, he wasn't truly angry necessarily at me. He was probably sad about the situation. He was frustrated, hurt, rejected, whatever, who cares? But at the end of the day, I forget, and like I said, my track record with some of the guys that I dated, like some of the stuff that has happened to me, I'm just like, there's no, like, that was very heartless. I'll say that. It was heartless. Some of it. And so I'm like, sometimes I forget that they have feelings. And it's true, especially when your dad just got up and he handled it. You never really saw him cry. Even if like, their parent passed away and you're like upset, that's your grandparent. He just patted you on the back or whatever, just stuff like that. It's hard to like, dang, he hurts too. Like, he probably was hurt, but he didn't show you that hurt. He may not even showed, his significant other that hurt. Hopefully they provided a safe space, but they didn't. What I do? But yeah, like I said, it would be a bigger issue if I had to, but I do try to, like I said, be a friend to my male friends. Welcome back. Say something.
Hello.
Oh, the alien's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was just telling them about what we had talked about.
About what?
Feelings. So sometimes, what I was saying before your alien took over.
Yeah. When it comes to the kids part, I feel like parents do their children a disservice not showing other emotions other than happiness, because then they grow up thinking that everything is going to be rainbows and butterflies. No, you don't have to let them in the deep, dark secrets of your relationship with their other parent. But if you're hurt, show a little hurt, show a little sad, let them see a teardrop, and they're going to ask you what's wrong. I'm just hurting right now. And when you hurt, sometimes you cry, and when you cry, it's okay. Like, walk them through that, because life ain't always happy, and they gonna get disappointed, and it sucks, um, because it's a ripple effect. Like, you not seeing your dad be sad affected how you perceive men that do show sadness. You be like, that comparison is the killer. My dad ain't never cry. Like, oh, I need to find me somebody like my dad. All along, your dad wasn't always strong. You like, so that you can't compare. You can't compare. And I'm not saying you did. We were talking about that prior to it. But see, that was a good example though.
Yep.
You didn't know, and you had to figure that out.
Yeah. Men have feelings. I've been saying that a lot this week though, which I'm noticing that I'm probably not the only one that feels that way. Somebody's like, you get into a relationship and everybody always tell the guy, don't hurt her. But it's always like, did anybody occur to you that women can hurt men and that women can be equally, if not worse, heartbreakers than men?
Yes.
And I was like, people forget that. There was a creator who was expressing his feelings about something that happened. Somebody jacked his work. And they was like, well, get over it. He apologized. And I was like, he still has the right to be upset. People forget that men have feelings.
Like, you just supposed to check it up. Because that's the first thing they say. That's the first thing they say when a man expresses himself. Women express themselves. Like,
they tell me to get over it. He apologized. I'm like, so he still has the right to be upset. The hell?
They be like, suck it up. Get over it.
Yep. Yeah. I always tell people to feel the feels. It's just what you do with the feelings is where the issue lies. I never have issues with people expressing their feelings ever, as long as it's respectful and it doesn't, it's not rude. I don't have any issues. It's how it's done. Are you verbally expressing them, or are you expressing your feelings by tossing shit and destroying property? That type of stuff, or just being downright rude and disrespectful because you're upset, especially if it's not warranted. Like, I didn't do it, especially if I did it. You can be an adult and tell me, but even if I didn't, it makes it 10 times worse. Like, why are you being so mean to me? Stuff like that. So, all right. So far, what did we say? We said, oh,
No, go ahead. I was putting up number one.
oh, what was the first thing we said? The very first thing.
Hmm?
We said listening. That was the second thing we said. What did we say first? Oh,
And
you
now
said
you
check the bias. You said check the
check
bias
your biases.
more. Then we said to listen, and we went into what active listening is. It's not just I hear you. Is listening is actually listening to understand and comprehend what your partner is saying. We were saying don't compare and don't forget that men have feelings. Basically, in a nutshell.
And what have some of y'all out there done for your significant others, no matter what the gender is, to make them feel safe? I want to see some things that you've done. Maybe they different from what we do. You know, I'm working on the area of listening to understand. Um, taking it like that. That definitely came with some 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 stuff that I traveled with through childhood. Um, uh, but when you live in a family where you always have to stand up to them and say I'm here and hear a voice, get your voice heard. You feel like you gotta, but I can definitely say that being with someone who understands feelings and emotions in a healthy way, um, it definitely is helping me to understand, you know.
I got another one before I go. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna address that comment. Is making sure that your partner's needs are met. And it does go back to listening because you have to listen to make sure you can meet their needs. And I'm not talking about just sexual because when people think needs, they're thinking about sex. Yeah, that's part of it. Yes. However, that means financial. You said you're going to do X, Y, Z. Make sure you do it. Like, especially women, we feel safety net in being financially, physically, and emotionally safe. Your emotions, you should be able to express your emotions to your partner and they feel safe. They feel heard. They feel valued. They feel, at least at the very bare minimum, listened to. They feel supported in their ideas and their invent. Now, if you got a partner who every 5 minutes is starting something new and wants $10,000 every time, okay, I can understand the let's rein it in and be supportive. But when you are truly a focused, goal-driven person, you're like, look, I want to do this. You set your mind to do it. I just need you to do X, Y, Z, and the person just jumps in and does it. Safe, because you know that when I'm tired, I need some motivation. Your partner's going to be in your corner cheering you on, like, nah, you got this. Oh, she said I retracted my comment.
Oh,
Yes.
she thought being protection safe. That what you
Oh,
thought?
nah. There's different facets of feeling safe, and especially in a heterosexual relationship, you're gonna make him feel safe in different ways than you will make him feel safe, and vice versa. I think I said that right. Like you're gonna give should I won't will you should provide a safe space for his emotions, a safe place to maybe be a sounding board for some ideas before he makes a major decision. When it comes down to it, I mean, hey, sometimes a relationship, the women's are the feisty one, and the men are like, but the women would be like, let's go. Like we've had some almost altercations where the woman almost like wrote a check that her behind couldn't cash. The man stepped up. I'm like, your woman had already started the fight. Like, go on somewhere with that. That's happened like twice. I'm just like, dang, like you just pop off and then you want to roll in after she'd already about to get her ass cussed the hell out, and then you want to jump in. What a pussy. I called him that too, anyways. But right. So not physically safe. You might not be able to do much for him. I don't know, your height dynamics and but yeah, in other ways you should make him feel safe to explore. You should also be safe to explore each other sexually. That should be a safe place for you to try things and be able to express even the weirdest of, and I'll say weird as in like unique. I'll rephrase that. Unique fetishes or things that you are interested in. you should be willing and open to try those things. You should be able to say, I want to swing from the ceiling 6 times before whatever. I ain't trying to be graphic. It's Facebook. I ain't trying to go in YouTube. So I ain't trying to get click, but you should be able to express those desires or interests in a safe space without you laughing at them because it sounds crazy. I mean, it might sound crazy to you at first if you're, but hey, just go into the conversation with an open mind. As long as it doesn't pass your hard limits, be open to it.
The biggest thing that people had, the biggest thing that get me is people telling their business to their friends and like talking about certain private issues. You could have created a safe space in that moment. Now you have just undid what you created in that moment when you go blab your mouth to your friends, and then you got that petty friend that want to be funny and be like, John, oh, so you let my girl lick your ass because you trying to, you don't do that. What happened? We need to go back to whatever happened in your bedroom. Stay in your bedroom. Like,
what a crappy friend though. Like, what a crappy friend.
But my thing is, I wouldn't even go that deep.
My trust too.
But I would. Right, that's a twofold thing. But why I wouldn't even if I had a guy, if I was dating a guy and he wanted to try some crazy things, you create that's an area, because some men that just want to stick it and go because they want in their mind and heart they want to try be more open sexually, but then you're gonna clown them.
Yes, I say this all the time. Men's most sensitive areas in their anus.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's the Black community, because the Caucasian community, them men be. That's why Caucasian men can get on there and do weird stuff and be laughing and cracking. They don't care. I'm a man. They just having fun.
Yes, their masculinity is never questioned. But you know what I come from.
I know where some of it come from, but we have to break away from that.
Of course. But part of breaking away from it is knowing where it comes from. So knowing where their mindset and where the thought pattern comes from. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy. But you're right. Like, people like think anything around it is gay. And I'm like, but you're doing it with a woman. If a man and a woman do anything sexually, it's heterosexual sex.
Right. And the thing is, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to explore your body parts, know what makes you tick. Like, you ain't got to be dry with it. You can have hard limits, but let that be, say, this is my hard limit, and that's it. Don't be like, it's my hard limit because to me, when you put a because behind it, meaning you really want to try it, but because society says this, I don't want to be looked at as that. So I'm going to stick in.
I know some people who do have hard limits due to past traumas. So that would be
different.
But that would be there, right? But that would be there because they'd be like, I don't like XYZ because insert past trauma. So they may not be interested because of that, literally. But I mean,
yeah, I'm just more so talking about the societal stuff, because like a lot of them is just like, and it's crazy. Like, some men don't wipe their ass good because they say anything touching your hole, you gay. So you walk around here with streets.
They don't wipe their butt. No, they go to the bathroom.
No, I've heard women say they had to wash men clothes, and they was like, I wipe, but I can't really get in there because that's gay.
They get out the shower.
Any of y'all ever heard that? Because I've heard it.
I've heard it a few times in some groups. I'm like, and you continuously engage in intercourse with this person, like you give them head, like your face is right. I mean, here the booty holes, the parts right here, the booty holes, like,
and you, that thing is stenching.
Ooh, I've never heard that. I'm dying.
No,
yes, I posted in like a marriage group, and I was like, you have to be trolling. I mean, none of the guys that I ever was involved with sexually had that problem. I mean, I never, because you would smell. If you don't wipe, you would smell. I've never, that's one of my big hard limits, men or women, is hygiene. Like, I cannot do nobody who does not smell good. I mean that in the sexually, even personally, for a friendship wise. Like, I can't do anything with anybody if you don't smell good. Friendship,
Apparently, that's how
I
I ended
can't
up
stand
here.
too close to you in public. Like, I get real irritated when I'm in public and I get a whiff of somebody. I'm like, go wash.
Apparently,
You
that's how
did.
I got here, right?
Girl, bye. Goodbye. If that's the case, you got a lot of places because everybody always says how good you smell.
But everybody smelling good ain't always somebody's thing, though.
Whatever.
But
But
anyway,
yeah, so
I know some guys that only eat ice cream out of a bowl because they say popsicles emulate sucking penis. I don't know
like
how.
lollipops. It's a trauma response of what they've been conditioned to say. You know, they don't want to do anything that seems gay. But I feel like those that truly protest that much is they're fighting their inner urges because who gives a fuck? I truly feel like men secure in their manhood just don't give a fuck. Like
I
that,
get teased too because
my dad,
I eat ice cream. I eat a popsicle and I'm gonna eat it like it's good.
you're a woman,
And they be
so
like, "You sure you ain't never I sure haven't?"
but like my dad is secure in his manhood. Like that's one of the few things about him I do admire. He doesn't care. Like if he were
But
to come
see,
to this house and I had the only lotion I had smelled like roses, and or if I had Shakira's pink sugar and he needed to put something on to cover his ashiness, he's gonna be like, "Ooh, this smells good." And he's gonna put it on and he's gonna go out and he's not gonna care. He's not gonna care. He was like that even though he's 70. He didn't care in his 30s. He didn't care in his 40s. He didn't care in his 50s. He didn't care. Like, because at the end of the day, he knows his sexuality and he's secure in his sexuality and his manhood.
see a guy would say that to me, and I would be smart. See, my mouth too smart because I'd be like, I sure haven't, but if I did, I had your toes curling.
Oh,
And then they be like,
and then they
"That's how you get them. You
they're
just
gonna
come
be
back."
excited. Then they're gonna be excited, be like, "Ooh, wait a minute." Yeah, I don't. But
It's weird. I'm like, I'm honest. I'm trying to figure out because these women know that these men exist. You had to be with them, or you know somebody. We gonna hope they know somebody like that, and they not the ones with them. Because how you with somebody with don't wipe their butt good? That means every pair of underclothes in y'all dirty clothes got streaks. That's stinky.
and you're washing your laundry
And
together.
you don't wash. Ain't nobody, Mm-mm.
Oh, never. I can. But I think, or like you, they go to sleep in the bed
And you
naked.
got little chips
Oh,
in the bed.
ew, shut up. I was thinking of like if they was on the bottom and their butt crack is against the sheets.
Now you got a long brown,
Stop!
and you roll over in your sleep.
Talk about a wet spot. That's a different kind of wet spot. Ooh.
And
Hey,
don't let it be diarrhea.
oh, stop!
Oh, Stephens, you eat cheese curls?
Yeah,
That's like a mini wiener.
a very mini wiener. Who the hell? Who the hell?
Hey, I would know.
No, what the fuck is this? No, that's a very mini wiener.
They stopped growing at 8 months.
Shut up. Anyways, so let me ask you this. What are some ways doesn't matter, don't gotta get that graphic, that either I or a previous partner has done to make you feel safe? And again, you don't have to say who, what, just say what was done. I mean, if it was me, you can go and give me my flowers if you want to, but you don't have to. But if it wasn't, keep that to yourself.
I never really felt safe in the past.
Okay.
One way you made me feel safe is when I was wanting to unalive myself. You didn't judge me. You was just there for me. And even after the issue was resolved, you still didn't like bring it back up, and so I felt like
Mental.
if you could be there for me during that rough time and not be judgmental, like I felt like I could talk to you about almost anything. Because that was, if somebody's going, that's a really big deal for somebody to have to handle. That's on the caring side of the situation. And I feel like if you could do that for me, because most of the time when people tell somebody that they've done that, it's even if they wasn't there and it could have been 5 years ago, their first thing out of their mouth is judgment. So
Wow. That's good.
what
Well,
about you?
oh, um, I feel like one of my biggest ways to make me feel safe is one to truly be heard, so I can like just be myself. But I also notice, I think, and it might tie in with my love language, I like to feel secure. Like I like to, I like to feel secure. Like it's gonna be okay. You know, I like that. Um, yeah.
What are some ways, audience, that you don't have to, like Steph said, name the person, but what are some ways in your life that when did you feel the safest, and what happened? What made you feel safe?
Oh,
Oh, this paper crawling in my bag. I was like,
oh, run.
no.
Ollie sleep.
Mm.
I looked and saw the fan blew a quarter of the bed. I was like, and I looked down. Ollie right here. It just scared me for a second. I was like, "We got creatures or no?" No. You got any good tips? Any more tips? I'm trying to think. That
I
was
mean,
pretty.
that's pretty much the big ones that I see. I mean, if people could control those things, I feel like the safe space is already created without those. Like it's literally, you know, there.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, for me, uh, I'm working on some certain areas in my life as a person, like I said, that's connected to some things that I need to let go. And then once you let go of those things that cause you to do those things and you release them out of your life, you can then be able to be better, you know.
Yeah.
And I just want to be a better listener. Um, because in communication, listening is the strongest uh piece of the puzzle when it comes to communication.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
you got
Well,
anything else?
no. I mean, in terms of that, no. Do you got anything else before I say our goal?
I was about to say too. So no, that's what I was about to bring up. But you can start it off.
All right. So as you know, if you missed our live yesterday, I'm gonna do a quick recap to explain it because I know it's a lot to put in a caption and a graphic. But we are doing. We have a goal this month to have exclusive Hayes K merch. Excuse me, on the bodies of some new people, new and old, because we love having a visual reminder to take care of you, or even nostalgia. We also, or one of our nostalgic designs, because it also takes you back into a simpler time. Either way, it makes the world a little bit brighter. So we've got a goal for 100 for this month. And we have decided to celebrate the milestones to get us there first. Okay. So we're doing a drawing at 20. We're doing a drawing at 50 and again at 100. So the first 20 people who help us reach that goal of 20 items, it can be all in one order. Well, at this point, it can be all in one order, or it could be broken up. It doesn't really matter. However you want to get your entries. We're gonna enter into a $10 Starbucks gift card or cash. The next, we're gonna draw at 50. Again, whoever didn't win, or whatever entry they created that won the first drawing will be carried over to the next 50. Our next one is a $20 Starbucks gift card, or cash if you don't like Starbucks. And then again, the first 20 and the first 50 who help us get to 100, as long as your name wasn't drawn, you will be entered in to win one of our exclusive designs, our Self-Care and Selfish design, and a massage gun. We are moving, so both of ours is packed up. Whenever I get to it, we'll be more than happy to show you what one looks like if you're not sure. But it's basically a massage gun with attachments to kind of help you ease out some things. Maybe you worked out too hard, you know, you're getting old, you slept on the wrong part, just to kind of, or just maybe you like the way it feels good. Doesn't matter, it's yours once you get it to do what you wish with it. There are 3 ways, 10, 12, 2 ways to enter. 2, the first way is to make a purchase. So if you purchase our $20 monthly connectivity, you'll get 1 entry for that purchase. You purchase any other t-shirt, including the one she's wearing, you will get 2 entries. If you purchase a hoodie, a pair of pants or leggings, bottoms, you purchase a bag, a shoe, or a blanket, you're going to get 3 entries. And that's per item. So if you decide you want to rock out with a hoodie, a tee, a pants, and some pants and shoes, you will get entries for each item accordingly.
And blankets.
That's it. Or if you want to get you want to get a matching blanket, and again, custom orders do count. So
I know.
Huh?
No, I know you said it, but I love just saying blankets because I love our blankets.
I love it. They are 80 by 60 and they are huge. Like a grown man can comfortably snuggle with it. I sleep with it sometimes if it's kind of warm up here. I'll sleep with it so I don't get too hot. I like to have a blanket on me.
I think we got 4 different sizes. They all will count because you want to get one for a baby, infant.
Right. But the main one that we've been promoting, that big one
is a 60 by 80.
But I think they are, on the site at different sizes. And then the other way to get an entry is to share or refer. So what that means is you either tag someone, they see your outfit, you're like, oh my God, where'd you get it from? You want to twin with them, and you say, hey girl, I just bought this Self-Care and Selfish sweat outfit, and we can wear it to this whatever event y'all are going to. You should get one too so we can match. So you refer and let us know either by tagging or sharing a sales post or a goal post, and somebody orders, you will get the entries too as well. So they'll get the entries for their purchase, whatever entries their purchase qualifies, and you will get entries as well. So if you buy and refer, the more entries you can get. There's no cap on entries. So if you tag and share every last one of our business posts for the month of March, and every time you share, somebody buys, first of all, we love you. Okay. And second of all, you're going to get you're going to have great odds of winning each tier that you purchase.
You do a lot of that. You just might win. I might just.
I mean, I said I love you, but you was reading between the lines. You already know we're going to gift you something anyways, even if you don't win. Because thank you. But again, you share so you can tag somebody and say, oh my God, we were just talking about this. If the shirt or whatever item you see applies. Oh my God, I know you love purses, and you tag them in a purse post and they're like, oh my God, ordered. And we can verify again. If you're referring people and their Facebook name is not even close to their legal name, what they put in the order, one of you needs to DM us and let us know that so we can match it up. You would have to provide the correct name. I'm not going to guess and say which one of these is yours. Come on now. But if you say, hey, my friend, give us their legal name and what their Facebook name is, we'll go ahead and we'll give you credit for that. And so that is how you can get your entries into win. Again, that's sharing a post, sales post, not an encouraging quote post. I mean, we can appreciate the share. Please share those, but that doesn't count if somebody buys, because what they got from they just see a quote or game. But if you share a sales post, they buy, you tag, they buy, or you verbally refer a friend and they buy, just let us know that. If we can't see it on social media that you referred them, you'll go ahead and get the entries in for that. And again, the first 20 people who help us will have 3 chances to win prizes. The first 50 will have 2 chances to win prizes. And if you're not the first 50, I'm sorry, if you're 21 through 50, you'll have 2 chances when we get to 100. And if you're the 50 through 100, then you just get the opportunity for that one. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you to those of you who have already helped us by sharing our posts, by purchasing. We are already on our way to our first 20. Can't wait to draw. And we're going to draw. Our goal is this weekend. However, we're going to draw whenever we hit that goal. So if we hit the goal tonight or tomorrow or before Saturday, we're going to draw. We're going to draw. And again, like I said, custom orders do count. So if you know you've got a bachelorette or bachelor party coming, a family reunion, you want to do something for Mother's Day, graduation, if you're doing like maybe a memorial or remember ceremony and you want to remember a loved one, blankets for that or t-shirts or anything like that would count. Literally, spring break, summer, you want to do a girls trip, you're thinking about those things, now would be the time to grab them. Seeing as the more you buy, the more entries you get into our giveaway for this month. Super excited again. Thank you so much so far for those of you who have helped us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm excited. We've had some people share. We've had some people buy. Again, the items listed is what counts for the giveaway for this month. If we're getting a good response for this, we might do different items, different months, and with different prices, different goals. I'm excited. I'm super excited. March is a big month for us.
March is Women's Month.
Oh yeah.
So you'll be supporting 2 women in business.
Ooh, look at that. I like that. We get to celebrate ourselves for 2 months in a row because we Black. So we have Black History Month. And now we got Women's Month. I love it. Yes. 2 snaps. Sorry. Anyways. But I'm super excited. So basically, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I tried to put it in our post. We did pin it. We need to update our graphic now. We do have a pin post stating the rules. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them. If you're on HSK's page, sorry. Facebook page, go ahead and drop any questions there. I do need to go back and edit that so I can update the graphic with the updated where we're at our goal so people can see it. But again, this is a joint effort. And when I mean joint is between HSK, which is the 2 of us, and all of you. It's a joint effort. We will not be able to achieve that goal without you, which is why we are rewarding and encouraging and, you guys for helping us get that goal. We want to give back. And again, as we grow as a brand, our prizes will definitely get bigger and better. We truly are givers.
Mm-hmm.
We give each other gifts. Really, when you really think about it, we give each other gifts, even when it's not a holiday per se. We love
my favorite times to give.
I know we love giving little extras and goodies and freebies when we send our orders, whether it be a sample, some candy, socks, whatever we feel called to. And as we get to know the people who place orders, we try to select things that we think they would like based off of what we've learned. So far, everybody's liked it because we intuitively pick whatever we're going to gift them with. It's literally whatever. But we really enjoy that. So, yeah. Super excited.
I'm excited. This month gonna be fire, y'all. I'm so hyped.
Yes.
This month is gonna be fire. First day, We already got orders popping in, helping us get to our first goal of 20. I am so hyped.
Yes.
Like, y'all are killing it out there for ASK. We thank y'all so much. We thank y'all so much. Feels really good to have people in our corner supporting our brand, rocking our brand, because it's never about us. We want to empower people. People are really having a hard time out here in this nation of ours. People are really struggling out here. And we just want to support. And y'all can help us support them through wearing our merch. So, you got anything else?
Don't.
So, with that being said, guys, remember, you are the designer and creator of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. I am the K from SK. That's my lovely wife, Stephanie. She's the S from SK. Y'all have an amazing, 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 amazing night. And have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow. Guys and gals, please go and support us. I appreciate y'all. HeySKLoveShop.com. Get a $20 connectivity. Like I said, come on. Support us.
Oh, no, wrong one.
Support us. There you go. Scrolling. Let it scroll for a few minutes before we hop off.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, just know that when we draw, you need to be following our page.
and if you got friends that that purchase, tell them make sure they follow the page, because you got to follow the page.
All right, let me go make that PS on our post too. But I forgot to mention that you have to be following us in order to claim that. So we pluck your name and I go look and you're not following, then we're gonna have to move on to the next one.
Yep, because we cannot tag you if you're not following us.
That too. But liking and following and engaging are free ways to support. And especially if you're one who got your entries in by referring. We definitely, and you didn't make a purchase, we definitely would like you to like the page and engage with the post. We're not going to bite you. You don't got to buy nothing. I mean, we are on a business page. Please don't forget that, but you don't have to buy anything. Like, just it costs nothing to give a like when you see it scrolling your timeline.
Don't go past us.
I know, how rude. Because we know you see folks. We post a Family Feud, y'all jump on it like white on rice.
Yeah, and we go live. Like, this right here is, we gonna always mention what we got going on at the end, but this right here is for y'all. This is our time. We love doing this, so you know, we give back.
Engaging and interacting.
Nobody can ever say, "Hey, SK, just talk about sell." We give more than we take.
That stops this year, that's for sure.
Yes. All the time. We got game nights and parties and events on Zoom, and all of the time that, if you think about, since we started doing crafting and getting this type of space since 2019, 2023 now.
If we really, like you said, didn't give so much without taking, if I said that correctly, we would be a lot further. Speaking of game night, which before I was about to say that, we are resuming game night tentatively for April.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what day of the week works the best for you. Previously, when she was deployed, they were like 11:30 Central Standard Time. So that way we can make both time zones without it being like the ass cracked on for one and super late for the other. We have tried Thursday evenings, and those teams seem to work okay. We did do Saturday evenings, like 7:00. But sometimes people will pop in, but Saturdays people be trying to turn up and stuff like that, and I don't really necessarily prefer that. So we want to hear your feedback to see what day and time will like work best from you. I mean, for you. So we can take that into consideration for when we resume game night next month
It will resume
with a fee.
with a fee.
So
We've
heads
done
up,
game night for 3 years,
free.
for free.
Mhm.
So, and we was giving prizes away initially, nice prizes. Didn't charge them, not net shipping, nothing. So, we will be resuming with the fee. It
I
won't.
think, yeah, we are, and then eventually we are going to start with resume sending out bingo cards with your order.
Yeah,
That was initially how it. So we used to do game night, then bingo, and then we combined them together, and we were sending out bingo cards with orders. But we were finding out that people who were or wanted to participate in bingo weren't the ones that were doing all the ordering. The people who ordered, they weren't using up. So we're
right.
considering going back to that. Let us know your feedback on that. If you like to, those of you who are purchasing, do you like bingo? Do you enjoy that, especially if there's prizes? Most people like it. Was it the time of day? Was it we sent them to you and the fact you had to hold on to them for a couple weeks is too early? Let us know so we can.
Somebody said the daughter tore theirs up.
We did. Our daughter took it, so they only had like one board. We do 5 rounds of bingo. Each one was a color. And their daughter tore it up so she could participate in what? That was funny. Little kids are funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know that too so we can take that in under advisement. With the bingo card situation, like, should we send them out, with a little thank you with a cutoff so you get them in time? So, like, I like the physical board, let us know what you think. Because again, we wouldn't be us without you, and we wouldn't be where we are without you. So when we plan these events and activities, we plan them with you in mind. So we would like your feedback. That's all I got, my love.
I already said what I had to say. I already did the outro. So have an amazing night on purpose and have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow.
Bye.